Hello students, welcome to Love for Reasoning. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic for all your competitive examination. It is seating arrangement. Now the seating arrangement is a very important topic. It gives you a very good marks. It is never going to go waste if at all you learn the basics properly, because each and every examination is going to have the seating arrangement models. Now there are two different models of questions you are going to see in this seating arrangement. The first one is linear arrangement and the second one is circular arrangement. Now please remember, in linear arrangement you are again going to observe two different models. One is row arrangement, another one is queue arrangement. As I am clearly saying you, most of the time in your examinations they are going to concentrate mainly on the row arrangement, because he can give you people who are going to face towards the north side, south. Nowadays is also going with the sides of east and as well as west. But do remember, when it comes to the row arrangement, the by default direction, if at all it is not given by your examiner, if the information is clearly missing in the question, the by default direction you need to understand they are all facing towards north direction, so that it is going to be very easy for you to understand where is the left side and where is your right side. You can imply or you can apply your own right side and as well as left side. For our comfortable, examiner precisely mentions they are facing towards the south direction. Now for an example, when you are facing north, obviously I am facing south. It means your right hand side became my left hand side and your left hand side became my right hand side. In the same way, when people are facing towards the south direction, right side and left side is actually going to be changing. So that is why, so make sure you have to be very attentive while you are trying to attempt the questions when people are facing towards the south direction. And do remember, we do have a very important keywords which are going to be very crucial in this topic. So that is why I've got a few questions so that you can learn the basics of seating arrangement along with those keywords, what you are supposed to remember and how exactly they are going to be appeared in your question, and what exactly you need to do whenever those particular keywords are appearing. What should be your approach? We are going to discuss each and every information in this topic. Now observe here, the queue arrangement are not going to be coming in your examination a lot. When you compare with the row arrangement is bit of difficult when you compare with the queue arrangement, and you don't see a lot of questions based on the queue arrangement, because queue arrangement is going to be appearing as a ranking in your questions. So that is why this is again entirely a new model. Ranking based questions are also going to be considered as a queue arrangement. So we are going to concentrate more on the row arrangement when you compare with the queue arrangement. Yes, we are going to discuss the queue arrangement as well, but when you compare with the row arrangement, which is very important for you to understand the keywords and as well as a lot of variety of questions, and level of difficulty also increased in your examination nowadays by using the same row arrangement. He can confuse you, create you a lot of trouble in your examination. So our examiner always try to give you more questions based on the row arrangement when you compare with the queue arrangement. And the next one is circular arrangement. But before going into the circular arrangement, let us move forward with the linear arrangement questions and understand the basic information. What are the important keywords in the linear arrangement? Let's observe over here. Now I've got a question over here. It is saying you 5 boys A to E sit in a row facing north. So please understand, here it is clearly giving you where exactly these persons are facing. They are all facing towards what direction? North direction. Even though it is not given by your examiner, even though it is not mentioned by your examiner, please try to assume they are all facing towards north direction. Am I clear? Now they sit in 5 different positions, 1 to 5 from left to right, or he may also give you saying you west to east. Now this information is a bit new for you. Instead of giving you left to right, he is also giving you west to east nowadays. So please remember that information. Not necessarily in the same order. What do you mean by not necessarily in the same order? You cannot place A, B, C, D, E. You cannot just arrange those persons in that format. If at all you are arranging those persons in that format, so there won't be any seating arrangement. That is why he always gives you this information very clearly, not necessarily in the same order. So now, what is the approach you are supposed to do whenever you come across a row arrangement? Let me teach you. Now please observe here, this is the way they are going to be facing, north direction. So how many people are there? 5 members are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So please observe here, there are 5 people sitting and they are facing towards what direction? North direction. For your understanding, I am also writing the numbers of positions. Please remember, you are not supposed to write the numbers. I am just writing those numbers for your better understanding. But do not make a habit of writing those numbers. It is just for our understanding purpose, because we are just observing the basics and as well as what are the important keywords. Now observe here, there are 5 persons left to right. Now can I say my first position number 1 can be assumed as what? Left side, and position number 5 can be assumed as what? Right side. Am I clear with this? Position number 1 is left side and position number 5 is my right hand side corner. Am I correct? Or you can say this is your west end corner and this is your east end corner. Okay, please do remember that information as well. Now a condition is clearly given. What is condition A is saying? A is to the left of D. A is left of D. So please understand, A is left D or D is left A. Always understand the information from your right side person point of view, not from the left side person point of view. It is not A's left side D is sitting. It is D's left side A is actually going to be sitting. So please make sure you always remember this information. From the right side person point of view, we are going to understand the side, whether it is left side or right side. Now here, A is to the left of D, comma, who is at the end. So please do remember, whenever you come across who, which and whose, now please do remember all these 3 keywords are given in order to confuse you. It is always given by your examiner only so that he can manipulate you, he can give you a bit of confusion. So it's not a question mark. Who is at the end? So whenever you come across these 3 keywords, it is better you always ignore them, or you can just skip those particular keywords and read your sentence. So it is going to be very clear information for you without having any trouble. Now for an example, if I remove those 3 keywords and read my sentence, it becomes what? D is at the end. Now it is an idea we got over here. The idea is very clear. D is at the end, it is mentioning, but it is never mentioning whether D is at the left end, D is at the right end, or west end or east end. Is it given by our examiner? No, we do not have any clarity. So I'll try to place D at position number 1. Now you already knew this information. D's left side, I have to bring whom? A. Now tell me, if I allow D at position number 1, do you think you have any left hand side over here? So that is why you cannot allow D at position number 1. But it is very clear for us, D should be coming towards the corner only or at the end only. So I cannot allow him at position number 1. So where exactly I need to bring him? I have to bring him at position number 5. Correct? Now the position of D is settled over here at position number 5. Now let us go back to the previous information. A is to the left of D. Now when it is mentioning you A is to the left of D, immediately because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of understanding the information, where is the left hand side? You might be choosing that left hand side is definitely 4. No, please, that is not a right answer, because left hand side means that is going to indicate each and every position. You cannot say for sure it is definitely A is going to come at position number 4. How can you say it? If I place A at position number 3, 2 and 1 also, it's all going to be left hand side of D only. Am I correct? If at all I allow him at position number 4, 3, 2 and 1, it's all left side of D only, because there is one important keyword which is missing over here, so that you cannot predict the position of A. What is the important keyword? It is immediate. Now this particular keyword plays a vital role. Even though they appear to be very simple, please do remember this keyword is going to play a vital role, and it is going to eliminate a lot of possibilities, and it is going to give you a very good clarity as soon as you observe this immediate. Until and unless immediate keyword is not given by your examiner, you cannot be so sure saying that position of A is going to be 4 only. If I allow him at 3, 2 and 1 also, it's going to be left side. Now, can you decide the position of A? And your examiner is asking you the same thing over here. What are the positions of A and D? I can confirm the position of D as 5. But it is not possible for me to identify or confirm the position of A. Is it possible? No, because each and every position here is satisfying the given condition. Hence, I cannot say what is the position of A. Clear? Because of a small keyword which is missing over here. What is the keyword which is missing over here? Immediate. So please, dear friends, always remember, immediate is given. Yes, you can allow A at position number 4 only. You cannot allow him any other position. But immediate is not given, you are going to receive a lot of possibilities. So it is better you always look out for this keyword in your exam. So I am trying to teach you what are the important keywords, what are the important features that you have to remember, so that you can solve the questions. We are not solving the questions. I am just teaching you what are the keywords that you have to be very careful in the seating arrangement, because those keywords not only going to appear here itself, not only in the single chapter, you are going to see those keywords in the blood relation, direction, seating arrangement, puzzles, everywhere these keywords are going to be placed, and it is going to give you a very tough time if you do not understand them. You may lose a lot of marks if at all you do not know who, which, whose condition, and is, but condition, and the other keywords which we are going to learn now. Let us move on to the next one. Next information, the same information. Again, I am trying to teach you the keywords. You better understand. I am not teaching you the questions as of now. We will get into the questions as soon as you understood the keywords which you are supposed to remember. Let us see here. Point number B. Again, there are 5 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I am going to confirm position number 1 as my left end, or I can say west end, and position number 5 is my right end, or I can also say east end, because your examiner now got upgraded. Instead of giving you left to right, he is also giving you west end and as well as east end. So please understand that information as well. Okay, now what is it saying? A is 2 places away to the left of D. So now tell me, A is left side D or D is left side A? I clearly told you that you are supposed to understand the information from right side person's point of view. Now whose point of view you are going to understand? That left side is definitely from the D's point of view. Now we got the clarity. D's left hand side I need to bring whom? D's left hand side I need to bring whom? A. One thing is very clear. And now D comma, who is at the end? Again you are observing this keyword who. As I told you, whenever you come across who, which, whose, all 3 keywords, very simple. Just try to eliminate them, ignore them, skip them and read your sentence. Then your sentence is going to be much more clear. Now D is at the end. Again I want to show you. Now if I allow him at position number 1, do you see any left side of D so that I can bring A? No, we do not have anything. So that's why I cannot allow this D at position number 1. I'll try to allow him at position number 5. So let's see, if I allow him at position number 5, do we have left hand side? Yes, there are 4 places. Now let us go back to the information and read the sentence. A is 2 places away to the left of D. Now 2 places away, where exactly you are going to allow it allow A, at what position number you are going to allow A? Immediately you might be having a information, sir, let us allow A at position number 2, which is clearly wrong. Please do remember, you cannot allow A at position number 2 because the question is not mentioning you there are two persons in between A and D. Is it mentioning two persons are there in between them? No, it is never given. It is mentioning A is 2 places away. 2 places away is nothing but I have to allow A at position number 3, not position number 2. Immediately you might be having a doubt, sir, I did not understand this complete information. How are you going to justify that A is going to come at position number 3 instead of placing him at position number 2? How can you explain it in better way? So let us observe. Just tell me how many positions are vacant to the left of D? You have allowed D at position number 5. After allowing, there are 4 places to the left of D. Correct? Now for an example, you understood this is the second place from the left of D and I will arrange A at position number 2. Now if you say this is going to becoming the second place, position number 1 becomes the third place. Now tell me where is the fourth place? See, for an example, 0 persons away, then where exactly you are going to bring A? On the lap of D? No, you cannot allow him to sit. It's not going to happen. So please, so if I allow him at position number 3 as 2 place away, this is 3 place away and this is 4 place away. 4 places are vacant to the left of D and the position number 1 became the 4th place. So my dear friends, the keyword which you are supposed to ignore here is away. It is also a very least important keyword, but it gives you a very hard time in your examination. Just like your who, which and whose, away do not have any importance in your question. So whenever you see this particular keyword, you just try to ignore it. Now if I remove that particular keyword away and read my sentence, then I am going to understand my sentence very clearly. A is 2 places to the left of D. Away is given only to confuse you. And I want to tell you, whenever you see how many places it is mentioning over here, 2 places. Now 2 place away, 3 place away, 4 place away, whatever it is mentioning by your examiner, you need to understand the logic as n-1 persons are going to stay in between them. What is the number he has given over here? 2. 2 minus 1 is what? 1. So 1 person is going to stay in between D and A. Yes or no? 1 person is going to stay. Only 1 person is over here. Now the question is asking you what are the positions of A and D. Because of lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, you might be placing A at position number 2. But what is the position of A? It is position number 3. And what is the position number of D? It is position number 5. Let's move on to the next one. A is in between B and D. Who are at the ends? Now, as I told you, who, which and whose do not have any importance. Let me just remove it and read my sentence. B and D are at the ends. Now, A is in between B and D. Now, okay, why did I place B and D position number 1 and 5? Because it is mentioning they are at the ends. But listen to me, is it mentioning B is at left end, D is at right end? Or is it given B is at the west end, D is at the east end? Is it mentioning in our question? When it is not mentioned, you are not supposed to take it as a granted information. And don't tell me very clearly, sir, earlier we have placed D at position number 5, let us fix it. No. Each and every condition is different from the other. So that is why you cannot allow or you cannot say for sure B is definitely going to come at position number 1 and D is going to come at position number 5. No, you cannot say it. So what does that mean? Either or case is always going to prevail when it comes to the positions of B and D. You can either place D or B at position number 5 or you can place B or D at position number 1 because we do not have any clarity what are the positions of B and D. It is only mentioning they are supposed to sit at the corner. So I have allowed those people at the corner, but information is unknown in between them because we do not have any comparison in between them. B's left side D should come or D's right side B should come. It is never given. and you cannot take it for granted. That is why I have allowed those person in this way. Now let us move back to the information. What is it mentioning? A is in between B and D. Now when A is in between, what is the position of A that I can allow him? At position number 3. This is what you are going to understand, but it is wrong, because if I allow position number 2 and 4 also, that is also going to be called in between. What is the important keyword which is missing over here? Exactly. If the keyword exactly is given by your examiner, then only you can surely say that A is going to come at position number 3. Otherwise, if you allow him at position number 2 or 4 also, it's also in between. It is saying you in between B and D, A should come. But is it given you exactly in between? No. So if the exactly keyword is missing, again you are going to receive a lot of possibilities. Now the question is asking you the same information. What is the position of A? Is it possible for you to tell me what is the position of A? No. I hope you understood the keywords. Let us move forward with the question so that it is going to be very helpful. Whatever keywords we have understood now, by using the information, by understanding that information, keep it in your mind. Let us solve the questions. Now let us observe the question over here. 5 boys A to E sit in a row facing north. Okay, they sit in a 5 different positions from left to right, not necessarily in the same order. Okay, now how many persons are there? 5 members are there. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I wrote all the numbers only for understanding purpose. It is not important to write the numbers. For your basic understanding only I am writing, but when it comes to the future class of questions of linear arrangement or any other arrangement, I am never going to write down the numbers. So let us observe the point number 1. 2 boys sit in between A and D. Now when you read this information, it is impossible for you to write that information or utilize that information in the linear arrangement or any circular arrangement or any other puzzle as well, because you are going to receive a lot of possibilities. You know this information, 2 persons are going to sit in between A and D, but we do not have any clarity whether A is going to come left hand or right hand, D is going to come right hand or left hand. That is why let's keep this information, and please, in examination it is not possible for us to remember the entire information. So as soon as you read the information, always write down in a short way in which you can understand. 2 boys sit in between A and D. In between A and D, how many persons are there? 2 persons are there. I'm just going to write down in a short way in which I can understand. You have to build up your own style, or you have to write down in this way so that you can remember this information while you are trying to solve your question. Let's see here. 2 persons are there in between A and D. Next, second point, C sits exactly in the middle of the row. This is the best information we have got over here. C sits exactly in the middle of the row. Exactly middle of the row is nothing but position number 3. Out of 5 position, what do you mean by exactly in between? Obviously position number 3. Now, but not adjacent to A. Now this and, is, but always refers to the first person. It is clearly saying you C is going to come at position number 3, but you cannot allow a person adjacent. Adjacent is nothing but immediate left and immediate right only. Remember, adjacent or neighbor are nothing but another synonym of your immediate. So don't ask me, sir, adjacent could be any other position. No, immediate only. Adjacent, neighbor, near, these are all nothing but what? Clearly it is mentioning you immediate left or immediate right. Now it is saying you C adjacent, you cannot bring whom? A. It means you cannot allow A at position number 2 and you cannot allow A at position number 4. Write down that information in such a manner so that you are going to eliminate the possibilities. You are going to have a very good picture where exactly that A has to come. Okay. Now the last one, B sits to the right of E. Now tell me, B's right side E is going to come or E's right side B is going to come? As I told you very clearly, whenever you come across these information, you need to understand this information from the point of right side, not from the person's point of left side. So E's right side, E's right side I have to bring whom? E's right side I have to bring whom? B. It is mentioning right side. It is never given you immediate right. It could be immediate as well. Remember, right means maybe it is immediate also. But you cannot be so sure, or you cannot confirm definitely immediate right only B is going to come. No, you cannot say it. Maybe it can come, but not for sure as of now. Okay, let's observe this information and try to apply this information and try to solve our questions. Now, if you observe here, when I place C at position number 3, I cannot allow A at 2 and as well as 4. So the leftover position for A is 1 or 5, correct? Now let us go with the 1. Possibility case number 1 I am trying to teach you. Now if I allow A at position number 1, there should be 2 persons in between A and D. How many persons should be there? 2 persons in between them, not 2 persons away. 2 persons it is mentioning. So clearly 2 persons should stay, 1 and 2, and here comes D. Clear? Now the next information, B's right side E should come, or E's right side B should come? E's right side. Now if I place E at position number 2, imagine E is facing what direction? North direction. E's right hand side means 3, 4 and 5. Instead of placing E at position number 2, if you brought him at position number 5, you cannot have right side. That is why that possibility is eliminated. I have brought E at position number 2. E's right side I have to bring whom? B. Again, as I told you, it could be or it may be immediate right or may not be as well. So here may not be the immediate right of E. This is all right side of B. So B is going to settle down at what position? Position number 5. But immediately you are going to see a doubt. The doubt is very clear, sir. Why did you place A at position number 1? Why don't you allow A at position number 5? Because A is not supposed to come at 2 and as well as 4. Correct? Let us go with the second possibility as well. Now if I allow A at position number 5, there should be 2 people in between A and D. 1, 2, and here comes D. Clear? And now E's right hand side, not immediately or maybe immediately. If I place E here at position number 1, E's right hand side, can I allow B? Yes or no? Yes. So each and every condition got satisfied. Whenever you got the first possibility correct, it doesn't mean second one is going to be wrong. You are supposed to go with the second possibility as well. Sometimes second possibility may be ruled out because of a condition violation. But in both the cases, are we violating any given condition? No. Each and every condition got satisfied and we have received 2 perfect seating arrangement or a row arrangement without having any problem. So I want to tell you very clearly, this is the way you are supposed to solve. Simultaneously you are going to solve both the possibilities in examinations. Don't tell me you are going to go with the first one. If the first one is wrong, I'll try to go with the second one. That is not going to be acceptable in examination. That is not going to be acceptable in examination. So these are the 2 possibilities I have received. Now let us observe the questions based on the possibilities. What is it saying? What is the order in which these 5 boys sit? What is the order? A is CDB. A is CDB is available in the option number C. ED CBA. ED CBA is available in option number B. So both of them are correct. You cannot neglect or you cannot ignore any one of the given possibilities because every possibility is condition, it is satisfying the given conditions. So my answer is option number E, both B and C. Clear? Now let's move on to the next question. What is the next question saying you? How many boys sit A and E? How many boys sit in between A and D? Now tell me, how many are there in between A and D? In the possibility case number 1, you are actually having 0 persons in between A and D. And in the possibility case number 2, you are having 3 members. Don't tell me your answer is 0 or don't tell me your answer as 3. more than one possibility is occurring, then your answer is definitely going to be what? Cannot be determined. Don't tell me your answer as 3. Sir, on option number 3, C, we have got 3 over here. Can I go with that answer? No, you cannot go. Because if at all you are picking up the option number C as your answer, it means you are concluding the second one is the correct way of solving our row arrangement. First one is not the correct way of solving. You are concluding in that way. But if you observe, both of them are definitely correct way to solve our row arrangement. Hence, the second one is going to be, the 3 option is ruled out. You have to choose more than one possibility. Always choose your answer as what? Cannot be determined. Now let's move on to the next question. What is the next question? Who is immediate left of D? Immediate left of D. Who is the person immediate left of D in the case number 1? In the case number 1, it is, possibility case number 1. Who is the immediate left of D? It's C here. And who is the immediate left of D in the case number 2? It is E. Again, when you have received more than 2 possibility, answer is always going to be what? Cannot be determined. I hope I am clear. So let's see the next question. The next question, 5 persons A to E sit in a row facing south. Now these persons are now facing towards what direction? It seems south. When people are facing towards south, immediately your right side and left side are going to shuffle. Your right side is going to become left side and left side is going to become right side. So now every person is facing towards what direction? South direction. And again, how many persons we do have here? 5 persons. For your understanding, I am just going to give you the numbers for your better understanding. Now I have to tell you, position number 1 is going to become a right hand side corner and position number 5 is going to become left hand side corner. B is to the right of D. B's right side D or D's right side B? Tell me. So D's right side B. D's right side B should be coming. I'm just going to write down in that way. D's right side B is going to come and E is not at any one of the ends. So please remember this and is, but those particular keywords are referring to the first person, not the adjacent person. Now tell me, in between B and D, who is the first person over here? B is the first person. So whatever information you are observing after this and is, but whatever information given in your sentence or in your condition after the keywords and is, but that information is actually related to person number 1, not the person number 2. So this information is now going to be related to B here. So it means B is not at any one of the ends. What do you mean by at any one of the ends? That you cannot allow B at position number 1 and you cannot allow B at position number 5, because it is very clearly saying B is not going to sit at the end. Am I clear? So only 3 positions, 2, 3 and 4 are the positions for B. Now D is immediate left. Now the keyword immediate is given. If at all it is given, yes, now it is going to be very clear for you. You are not going to face any more possibilities, or you don't have to do a lot of possibilities because immediate keyword is given. D is immediate left of E. Now please observe, immediate left of DE, I have to bring whom? E, immediate. I'm just going to write down IM. See, this is the way I'm going to write down in my examination as well as while I'm practicing, because after writing that small information, whatever information in which I can understand, if I take that information and writing in a short way, I don't have to go and read the sentence or condition again and again. I don't want to waste my time in examination. I'm just going to go through over here by using the same information. You observe in the entire linear arrangement or in circular arrangement or in your puzzles, I'm never going to read the conditions again and again. I don't have to refer them. That information I'm going to just write down in a small short way. By observing that information only, we are going to crack the entire question. So let's observe here. E's immediate left side, I have to bring whom? D. D is immediate left of E. Who is at the center? As I told you, who, which and whose? I have to just eliminate it and read my sentence. E is at the center. Now tell me, out of 5 positions, what do you mean by center? At position number 3. Am I correct? Now again you can just go with this information. We have got a lot of information with E. E is the left side. Mind you, they're all facing towards what direction? They're all facing towards what direction? South direction. So you cannot go with your own left side. You have to go with your right side. So now please observe here, E is left side. E is left side is nothing but your right side. Okay, correct. That I have to go with what? Placing whom here? D. Now I have to place D at position number 4. Am I clear? Because it is mentioning, imagine me as E. I have to place D towards my left side. Towards my left side is nothing but towards your right side. So the position number 4 only I can bring D. Why did I place him at position number 4? Because immediate, it is clearly mentioned in the sentence or your condition. Now D's right side I have to bring B. Is it mentioned immediate in the line? No, it is never mentioned. Even though if you wanted to bring immediate right of D, I have to bring B. Is it possible? No, because E is already sitting over here. Now observe here, right side of D, it could be position number 3, 2 and 1. Again 1 is also clearly eliminated because B cannot sit at the corner. So I have to bring B at position number 2. Correct? Now this is the way I have to bring. Now if you observe the last sentence, what is the last sentence? Actually here we got a wrong information. It actually misprint information. It has to stay in the condition number 3 is what? C is left of A. Now again it is mentioning left of A, but it is never mentioning immediate. Now the only 2 positions are left over, 1 and 5. If I allow A at position number 5 and they're all facing towards south, do you think any left hand side is vacant? So I have to bring A at position number 1, so that only left hand side I can bring C at position number 5. Am I clear? So this is the way we are going to arrange. We do not have any other possibility because E is at the center. I have allowed him at position number 3 and D should be sitting immediate left of E. So I allowed him at position number 4, and D's right side I have to bring B, which is not given as immediate. So 3, 2, 1 are the positions. 3 is already occupied by E and 1 cannot be allowed by B. So I placed him at position number 2, and E's left side, it is again not given as what? Immediate. So I have allowed him at position number 5 and as well as 1. Now let's observe the question. Who is immediate left of B? Now tell me, who is immediate left of B? Who is sitting? A. You will go as your answer as well as A. But please do remember, they're all facing towards what direction? South direction. If at all it was a north direction, your answer becomes A, and A is also available in your given options. So please be careful while marking your answers. So B's immediate left, it is nothing but E, option number D. Live. Let's see the next question. What is the next question saying? What is the order in which these 5 persons can sit? What is the order? If you observe the order, A, B, E, D, C is the order which is available in option number 4. Correct? The next question is based on the queue arrangement. As of now, we have seen the questions of row arrangement in the north and as well as in the south, and we also understood the important keywords what you are supposed to remember. And now let's observe the queue arrangement. I told you very clearly, queue arrangement are also another form of ranking. We do not see a lot of questions based on the queue arrangement in the seating arrangement. They might be appearing as a ranking questions. It could be going with the height, weight, marks or anything. So but there is some essence of queue arrangement in the seating arrangement as well. So we are going to observe those questions over here. Let's observe 6 persons A to F are standing in a queue but not necessarily in the same order. So overall how many persons are there? 6 persons are there. I'm just going to write down in this way. Exactly 2 persons stand ahead D. What do you mean by ahead? Ahead is nothing but in front or before. That is another synonym of in front or before. You call it as what? Ahead. So exactly 2 persons, exactly, not more than not less than. Exactly 2 persons stand ahead D. So I need to allow that person at position number 3 only, so that only 2 persons are exactly in front of D, not less than, not more than. Exactly 2 persons are there in front of D, and exactly 2 behind C, and exactly 2 behind C. Now exactly 2 behind C, not less than, not more than, I have to allow C at position number 4, correct? So the condition is very clear. Again, this and is clearly dividing your sentence. It is not combination of and, is, but. So please do remember, it is clearly giving you a division of sentence. The first sentence is talking about D, second sentence is talking about C. Okay, so the second condition, what is it saying? 2 persons stand in between A and E. In between A and as well as E, how many persons should be there? 2 persons. But is it mentioning A is front of E or E is front of A? Is it given by your examiner? No clarity. Clear? Let's move forward. A stands exactly in between C and F. Now A is going to stand in between C and F. Now if I allow, because we already got C over here at position number 4, I will try to place A at position number 5, and the keyword clearly mentioning here is what? Exactly. Exactly, it is going to stay in between C and F. Now if I place F at position number 6, A is standing in between C and F, correct? This is the way I can allow. But sometimes you may have a problem in understanding, sir, why did you place in that way? Exactly means CAF is also exactly, and also remember C, there is one gap person, and F, this is also exactly. So in between C and A, how many people are there? 1. In between A and F, how many persons are there? 1. Then also you can call it as exactly. So please, equidistance from each other also can be assumed as what? Exactly. So at one possibility I have placed it in this way, correct? Now if I allow A at this position, at position number 1, I'm not having any chance to place, F. So that is why position number 1 is going to be ruled out. Now if I allow A at position number 2 and allowing F at position number 1, again our condition, whether it is going to be satisfied as exactly? No, because whatever distance it is maintaining with C and A, the same distance should be maintained in between F and A also. But here in between these two, 0 persons are there, and in between these two, 1 person is there. So this possibility is also ruled out. So definitely this possibility is going to be correct possibility. In between C and F, or exactly in between C and F, I have to bring whom? A. Now let us go to this information. What is that information? There are 2 persons in between A and E. Now A is already settled at what position? 5. So 2 persons, if I bring C and D in between them, I can say E is going to come at position number 2. And now only the person who is left over in this entire information is B. Even though you do not have any information regarding B in the entire conditions, you can allow B at position number 1. Now the question says, who stands ahead of D but behind B? Now ahead of D but behind B, who is actually staying? That person is E, that is in your option number C. Am I clear? Now let us observe the next question. The next question, how many persons stand behind B? How many persons are actually standing behind B? How many are there? 5 members are there. Out of 6, B is occupying the position number 1. So how many are going to stand behind B? Obviously 5 persons are going to be there. That is in your option number E. Am I clear? So we have discussed the important keywords, what you are supposed to remember, and what is the way you need to approach if at all your question is talking about people are facing towards north, and what is the way you need to do when people are facing towards south. And I have also got a small question based on the queue arrangement as well. So with this I have clearly completed you basic knowledge, basic information of linear arrangement, that is row and as well as queue arrangement. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you.